Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the weekly MMA Cycles Market Update. Today is Wednesday, the 15th of January, 2025. I am Gianni DePoce, your host, and we started off the day with a very powerful rally in the stock market following an inflation report that showed pressures lower than normal. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. We can start off by looking at the Dow as we normally do, just a very impressive gap up so far. This is the type of price action you often see coming out of cyclical bottoms. We had been looking for a reversal like this for a couple of weeks, and we definitely had a geocosmic backdrop to support that. We started off on Monday with the Sun trine Uranus, and then we had Venus square Jupiter yesterday, where we had an initial inflation report that showed a similar outcome of it being lower than expected. Today we have the Sun opposite retrograding Mars, and so this type of volatile reaction really isn't that surprising. And over the weekend, Venus will be conjunct Saturn, so that's going to be a big test for markets to see if this rally can continue. But, this low that we had on Monday could be, considered to be the low associated with Venus conjunct Saturn, because one of our rules is to buy a market dropping into a hard aspect between Venus and Saturn. Next week, however, we do begin Aquarius season on Inauguration Day, or actually, I believe it's the day before. But then we have the Sun conjunct Pluto on the 21st of January. So we have to keep a close eye on debt markets here. We'll look at that in a moment. But overall, this is a pretty good response from the Dow here. Obviously, we need to close well. We need to see the NASDAQ continue to lead to the upside like we're seeing right now. This Sun trine Uranus signature that we saw on Monday corresponding exactly to the low in the NASDAQ. And, so very important because Uranus rules technology, but also breaks of support and resistance. But in this occasion, in this instance, seems to have coincided with a false breakdown, meaning that we started to break below support, but didn't close below support. And as the saying goes in this trading business, from false moves come fast moves. So, now we're starting to see some rate cut odds be shifted up again by the Fed. Let's go ahead and take a look at long-term treasuries through the TLT ETF. This is a pretty big gap up here. We've been looking for a 9 to 15 month bottom in bonds. It's been a bit frustrating to try and time that bottom because we've been stopped out a couple times, but it seems like one finally caught. Obviously, this could just be short covering, but with Sun conjunct Pluto coming up, Venus conjunct Saturn coming up, I think we'll have our answer very shortly as to whether this will be a low of significance. If you look at the weekly chart here, this would be a higher low compared to this low in April 2024. And it is worth pointing out, if you take a look at the futures market for long-term bonds, we did take out this low. The 10-year Treasury note futures market did not take out this low from April 2024, nor did we here in TLT. So it could shape up to be a very important reversal. Crude oil continues to power higher. This is a very nice rally here, but we'll see if that sticks. Coming out of Venus square Jupiter, this does seem to be a breakout of some significance, and that could actually end up changing the tune on this whole inflation story, one that's not very strong right now, into one that becomes strong again. So something to keep an eye out here in crude oil. The dollar yen pausing in its rally, and the euro trying to come out of a bottom of significance as well. But, started off strong, already fading some. The trend has been down on this, but this low that we had on the 13th, one day before Venus square Jupiter. And we've talked about before how when Venus moves into mutable signs, we often get important highs and lows in the euro. So definitely something to keep watching here. If you take a look at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin seeing a nice rally here after bouncing off of technical support. This is also looking strong. I'm still in the camp that I would like to see this go sideways for a period of time. We do have Mars in Cancer, and that has been shown to correspond to 20% or greater moves. And we haven't quite gotten that, but if you do test the high, that will be a 20% move in Bitcoin. Ethereum also seeing a nice rally after trading below both the low of mid-November and mid-December, never closing below there, snapping back strong Ethereum looking good. I'm not ruling out a powerful rally in Ethereum at some point this year. I think we'll all-time highs on the table for this cryptocurrency. Both gold and silver having nice rallies as well. This is shaping up, building a nice base here from a technical standpoint to make new highs. You take a look at silver, a very powerful rally today coming out of a bottom of significance, so it seems there. So that's kind of what's happening across the world. I did get a notification a moment ago that a ceasefire truce deal was signed in the Middle East. So hopefully that sticks, and then we'll see what else happens, at a broader level from a geopolitical standpoint, and see if that can push markets to new highs. But I think the biggest move that I'm seeing today has to do with bonds potentially coming out of a bottom that would really help stocks, I think. And we have the geocosmics to support a low there as well. So that's all I had for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. We do have weekly video updates, and we have special guests on. We're already building out the schedule for the first quarter of this year. This past Monday and Tuesday, we released our latest MMA Cycles monthly update, where we provide our updated outlook on stocks, bonds, commodities, currencies, and more. And then we're going to have the monthly Addendum Plus report released in a couple of weeks. In addition to the grain report, we have the tech report starting in February. And then, of course, we have the Shanghai report set to be released next Monday as well. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you same time, same place next week.